Hi guys, this is the Business Network, and this episode is going to be about a book review, because if you want to be successful, you actually should be reading a lot of books. They give you a lot of good information, things that you would not think about before, and there are some books that are better than others. And for our wedding anniversary for my wife, I actually got a book that was surprisingly good, and I wanted to do a quick review of it. It's this one, Donald Trump, The Art of the Deal. And if you are doing real estate or real estate investment, this book is a must read. If you think big, then this book is a must read. And the book is very simply laid out. At first, it starts with a week diary, basically 5 working days from Trump's life. And unbelievable. The guy is like in one day is involved in like 7 almost $1 billion deals, and is just dealing and wheeling, and it's unbelievable. And then he writes down some of his most known projects, like for example how he built the Trump Tower, how he built the Grant Hyatt Hotel in New York, and some other less known deals. In the chapter, when he speaks about how he built first of all his deals, they're impossible. Like when you read how he got the deals, the barriers that he needed to go through, it was just impossible. And there is like a few moments in the book that I would just like to highlight, and then I think all of you should read the book. It's really really it's a complete different thinking that you will get from this book. But one of the things that really stuck out for me was that his first deal ever, which was the Grant Hyatt Hotel, and to do this deal, he was dealing with a lawyer that was basically, there was one company that went bankrupt, which had the Grant Hyatt Hotel building and the land. And he had no money. He was nobody. He just had a big mouth at that time. And he somehow managed to convince the lawyer to give him an option to sell him this thing, providing that he can get financing from a bank. And then he went to the bank, and then he promised the bank that he will get basically a major tax cut from the city to be able to build this building before he even spoke to the city. And then for basically almost a year, he was, or maybe it was more, maybe I don't remember well now, but for quite some time he was in a limbo, because the bank didn't take him seriously because he didn't have the tax cuts ready, and the city didn't take him seriously because he didn't have the bank ready. And this guy who was selling him the building, he was obviously waiting for his money. And then for some magical way, he managed to pull off that the city gave him a major tax cut that the city wasn't thinking about doing before. Then the bank managed to give him financing, or he managed to get financing from a bank. And then he pulled off the whole deal, and he built a skyscraper in time and under budget. And that was his first project. He started it when he was like 28 years old. And I mean, I am 28 years old right now, and I mean, it's just incredible, like how he was thinking and what he was doing, and really incredible guy. Then there was another one. It was actually a casino that he bought, and this one he was going to build himself. And then Holiday Inn actually contacted him and offered him a deal, because they knew that he was so good on building in budget and on time, that they said that if he, like, they will basically pay him a lot of money, and all he has to do is build a casino for Holiday Inn on time and in budget, and then he will be 50% owner. And Holiday Inn even guarantees him against any losses, and if the project turns to a profit, then he takes 50% of the profit. basically what this meant is he had no downside risk, he only had an upside risk, and he got paid a lot of money up front, and it really was a deal that could not be resisted. But here comes the funny thing. To get this deal, he had to get the board of Holiday Inn, like, to unanimously agree that they should take this decision. And he had to show them that the building was very much under construction when it wasn't. He actually barely started on the project. So he got a very good idea. He called the company that was building and he said, I'm going to ask you something really weird. Just get all the guys and all the machines and everything that you can out on this land and just look very busy. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if the guys are moving sand that they moved from the other end of the lot to, yeah, from one end of the lot to the other end of the lot. I don't care, just look very busy. And then the whole board of Holiday Inns came, and there was so much machine on this land that they could barely move. Then, of course, they were very impressed. And he wrote in his book that one guy came to him in awe and he said, oh my God, there's so much happening on this building. And he was very happy to hear that. And another guy asked him, why is this guy covering up a hole that he just dug out? And then Trump said, yeah, I had a very hard time answering that question, but luckily the guy was more curious than skeptical. And then he said they were at the construction site for like an hour, and then they went into the boardroom, and then an hour after they made a unanimous decision to choose Trump. And I thought this was a super classic example of thinking outside the box and how he made it look like he was like super progressed on the building when he wasn't. And in the end, he did end up building that casino project in budget and on time, and that's a mega achievement. And it turned out to be a very good success. So again, you all should read this book, incredible book. And this guy, he is really something else, and I think he deserves a lot of respect. And now he's the President of the United States. So let me know, guys, what you thought, and let me know if this was helpful, and like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.